Baby, this your back. They make me shiver.
Mr. Vincent Oke. Did I say it right? That's your full names?
Yes, Vincent.
Mr. Vincent Oke.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about yourself.
All right. Maybe I'm going to add my middle name, my Yoruba name. Yeah. I'm a citizen of the world, but I was born in Yoruba land.
Okay.
My parents are Yoruba. I was born in Hausa land, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So my first name is Vincent. My middle name, which is my native name Yoruba, is Oluwatosin, and my last name is Oke.
Okay.
I've been living in Sweden now for 17 years. I came to study in Sweden and decided to stay back.
What year was that?
I came to study in 2005.
What did you come to study?
Yeah, it's a mouthful. My background is computer science at the bachelor's level, but I came to Sweden to study ubiquitous computing at the master's level. And ubiquitous computing is about computers, working with computers that are everywhere without you actually realizing that you're actually working with computers. For example, you get into your car, it automatically tells you about the weather. You enter into your house, your light automatically comes on. You go into a garage, it automatically takes a picture of your registration number. So computers all around you that you're interacting with and you don't know that you're interacting with them. That means designing computers in a way that is engraved into our day-to-day life without us actually noticing them. So that was what the masters was all about. Yeah.
And it's called ubiquitous
computing. Ubiquitous computing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and you've been you after studying that, you graduated and started working instead of going. You didn't want to go work in Nigeria. You decided to stay back and work here.
Yeah, that's actually a long story. It didn't just happen like automatically. Back then in 2005, I studied for like a year and a half. And that took me into the end of 2006, and it was quite hard for anybody to get a job here if you are a foreigner. I had to run. I ran to England, and I got a contract job in England. I did it for 6 months, and it was there that I began to get exposure into how things work in the Western world. When I was in Sweden, we were students all trying to study and get our grades up and things like that. But when I was in England, and I decided to do a research on the top paying jobs, and I identified 3 top paying jobs back then in IT within the area of information technology, and it was project management, SAP. That's a platform which is quite huge. A lot of you must have heard of SAP SAP. And then business analysis and software testing. And that was how I began to read about all of them. And at the end, I decided to go into the software testing area. Did a training. A guy trained me for like 3 days, collected £600 from me.
Wow.
But I was quite curious about it, and I read a lot, to the point where I could tell you the page of the book and tell you what is on the page. It was quite an interesting journey for me, and at that point in time I didn't have a job as a software tester, but I started training people and they were getting jobs.
Oh, you started training people?
Yeah.
That was back when you were in England?
Yeah, in 2007.
Okay.
The first 3 students I had got a job within 3 months.
Wow.
And that I now remembered my people that I left in Sweden. So I decided to come back to Sweden and introduce them into software testing, and then I had about 25 students.
What year was that?
That was in 2008.
Okay.
Early 2008. And I trained them, and all of these people are scattered all over Sweden today, working in different IT areas. The training was in Karlskrona, and then I just told them to pay something, just because I had to be traveling from England down. I charged them 700 Swedish crowns per person.
Wow.
Yeah, and that training kick-started a lot of job gettings, I would say, in Sweden for us then that were in Karlskrona.
But these people you trained,
Yeah.
were they already students studying?
Yeah, they were students that have already completed their masters
Okay.
and don't know what to do next. And
Well,
some
they,
of
didn't,
them,
they didn't have jobs.
no jobs.
So after your training,
Yeah,
they began to get jobs.
they began to get jobs. 1 month after the training,
Wow.
people began to get jobs in Stockholm, in Göteborg, all over Sweden. I have a lot of people that I trained back then working in Volvo, working in Ericsson, working in Sony, working in Ikea, all over. And that was the start of the story and journey in Sweden. And since then, I've trained over 200 students.
Wow.
Yeah, and more than 90% of the people that I trained are working now. Currently, we are training a bunch of students, and 36 of them, all over the world, from Nigeria. We'll get to that later.
Yes.
But that's let me go back to my journey. Then when I came to Sweden to train, and people were getting jobs and everything, and I decided myself, okay, I need to get into software testing. I wasn't even a software tester. I wasn't working as a software tester when I was training them. And then I started applying to jobs, and my first job, I got a job in Sweden with Sony Ericsson. That was in 2008 as well, the same year.
In Lund.
Yeah, in Lund. Yeah.
Okay.
And that was what brought me back to Sweden. And and the story continued.
Wow.
Then
So you ever since you've been working with Sony Ericsson, or you've changed jobs?
Oh yeah, with Sony Ericsson I worked with them for 7.5 years. Changed name from Sony Ericsson to Sony Mobile, and in 2015 I was affected with a layoff.
Okay.
Which, because the company wasn't really doing well, and they laid off a lot of people, several series of layoffs. And on the 5th round, I was affected. And it was nice. I just decided to do nothing for 1 year. I was just training and developing people. That was when I developed a lot of my training materials properly. And after that 1 year, because I was getting paid as well for the 1 year.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so the company gave me 17 months salary.
Wow.
Yeah, to be laid off. So I now decided that, okay, after 1 year, let me start applying for jobs again, and I got a job with Ikea as a test manager. And now, currently, I've been with Ikea since 2016, and this is my 6th to 7th year with Ikea. But currently, what I work with is I'm a manager. I manage software developers who are developing unique products when it comes to Ikea. So when you see all of those things that you interact with Ikea, we are working with most and many of them in the background. Yeah.
So tell us about this testing, this unique program that you are now doing.
Okay.
What is it all about? Introduce us to this program.
Okay. Yeah, now, like I said, in the beginning it was all about software testing.
Yes.
And that's what I've been training. But 2 years ago, I began to realize that if I define software testing to you, software testing is about you taking a software that has been developed by a developer and trying to check that it actually does what is being developed to do. So for example, if I take a phone, I have a mobile phone is meant to make a phone call, right? Send SMS. So once that has been developed, I as a tester would try to see, does it make that call? Can it send the SMS? And I need to use it in that way that the end user is going to use it. And that's what testing is all about. At a real basic level, there are lots of things that come into planning and identifying different priorities on what to test, how to test, and things like that. But it's all about, taking a feature or functionality of a product and securing that it does what it's meant to do, and it does not do what it is not meant to do. For example, the phone should not be able to shoot, right? It should just be able to make a phone call, and all the other things.
Yeah.
But over time, I began to realize that there are lots of different areas of IT out there that also can be taught and combined with testing. So I began to research about business analysis. I started going into software development as well to be able to write code and program. Started going into the different ways of developing products, the different approaches. There's the traditional method, there is the agile method, then also supporting people with writing their CV, their cover letter. Then there's also cybersecurity, there's data analysis. There are lots of areas of IT. So at the end of the day, we now came up with a program which we run for 1 year, where we introduce the students first into business analysis. Then after business analysis, you go into product owner, scrum master. Then after those 3, we now introduce you to manual software testing. After the manual software testing, we introduce you into introduction to programming with Python. Then we go into automated software testing, and then there's cybersecurity, and then we are beginning to evolve solution architecture and DevOps. Those are, we're still bringing someone in who will begin to train that. But at the moment, we have those 8 core areas. I will go through them again: business analysis, scrum master, product owner, manual software testing, Python programming, automated software testing, CV, cover letter, and interviewing techniques. So
yes, it is this 8 things you just mentioned.
And cybersecurity, sorry.
And cyber, these 8 programs you just mentioned now.
Yeah.
That's where my question lies.
Okay.
1, because we have a lot of students in Sweden who are not able to speak the Swedish language very well.
Okay.
But are you offering this course? Can you offer this course to students who don't speak Swedish? These courses don't need Swedish language.
100%, definitely. Our target group is mainly people that have come into Sweden and want to integrate themselves into Sweden, and the mode of the language of delivery from A to Z is English.
And it is guaranteed that once they do this course, they get jobs easily.
Yeah, based on experience and based on statistics, if you apply yourself to it and you focus during this training and you do what we have set out in the program that you should do, because there's a theoretical part, there's a practical part. If you apply yourself to it, 100% I can guarantee that getting a job is going to be quite easy. A lot easier for you.
So what are the criteria? Must one be a student, or must one have a certificate before they come to do this program?
That is a little bit tricky, because as long as you can use a computer, basically, that is because the different courses also, for example, the programming part, you need to have a higher level of computer skills for you to be able to begin to learn how to program, because we wouldn't be training you how to navigate on your computer. You need to know that already. But the other areas, I think basically with a bachelor's degree, with even a degree from the Polytechnic or even high school degree, you can learn these things.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that means everybody can go into it.
Yeah. You can go into it. It's just a matter of focus and applying yourself to all the things that are going to be provided to you. Yeah.
I ask this question because we've seen a lot of times where we've seen advertisements and promos where they say the IT industry needs a lot of people that Sweden doesn't have enough people to fill this gap. And then when you came up with this program, I was interested because I wanted you to talk to the Nigerian or African students in Sweden who want to stay and work in this country after their studies.
Yeah. I'm going to say this to you. We have currently, in our current class with Scrum Master, we have people from Cameroon, from Kenya, from Nigeria, people that are based out of England, Ireland. So but mostly Africans. And why we're targeting Africans is because we think and we believe that we need to strengthen ourselves here more than we've ever done before. And there are lots of opportunities in Sweden, like you said. The IT space needs a lot of people. If you go online now on LinkedIn, all of those courses that I've mentioned is a business analysis, product owner, Scrum Master, software testing, cyber security, which other one was it? Yeah, you get the gist. But all of those, just go online and Google them. You find out that there are lots and lots of jobs coming up every week, from junior level to intermediate level to senior level. And they don't have enough people. So if you can learn and position yourself properly, you are at a very, very, very high level of advantage to get into that space.
So how much does it cost to do this program?
Yeah, we starting from before. I'll talk about how it was before, and that is going to end this year.
Okay.
We run the whole program for all those courses for a period of 1 year, and it costs 60,000 Swedish crowns. But having students, to commit to you for 1 year, and even me as well, sometimes, it's tough. You get sick, this happens, and things like that. So instead of having the whole program and the high cost of 60,000, we have broken them down into individual modules, and all of them would cost the maximum of 8,500. Some of them are lower per module. And the thing is, depending on your interest, because you need to do research on your side as well, when you want to come on board, all of those areas, we'll give them to you, read about them and look at the ones that you think you are interested in, and we'll guide you through that process so that you can start with what we think can give you the big bang, as in getting a job as quick as possible. So instead of us putting you through, I won't call it a nightmare, but the drill of 1 year, you understand, of which the 1 year is very, very good. It solidifies you. A lot of students get jobs even in 4 months, 5 months into the 1 year.
Wow.
You understand? But it's tedious on me and my colleagues that we offer this whole trainings together. So we want to break it. It's going to be, each of those areas is going to be 2 months maximum, of which you're going to have the theoretical aspect and the practical aspect, and you're going to be broken down into teams, and you're going to work with people of like mind that will support you and evolve you through the process. And all the tools and everything that you're going to be using are tools that are used in most companies. So you'll be working with what you are going to be working with when you get on the job.
Wow, this is interesting. Now, talk to the students because there's a lot of students in Stockholm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of students in Umeå, Skellefteå, Växjö, Uppsala, and Västerås, and even other areas. Talk to them. What are you guaranteeing for them if they join this program? What are you guaranteeing them?
Yeah, I like the sound of Västerås. I just think of Game of Thrones.
Okay.
From all the areas and all the regions, what I can say to you is that if you come on board, and you come on board with the zeal and focus that is expected, that you are here to, what's the end goal? Get a job.
Get a job.
And that zeal and focus is what we would take and match with the program and what we are giving you. So it's like two main forces coming together. And to be honest with you, nothing can stop you. So at the end of the day, we will guide you through all the process of getting a job, to the point where even after you get the job, you still have us, you can still come back to us, and we will support you till you have your footing on that job. Now, one other thing is, a lot of people normally ask me like, okay, how would I build my experience? How would I, write my CV and all of those things? We will support you with that. I have this program is being done under a company. I have my own registered company in Sweden. I have it registered in the UK. I have a sister company in Sweden, and these are companies that you'll be working with during the training. And those things that you're doing during the training are things that you're going to build your experience on and talk about in your CV. So that is already also set up for you already. Yeah.
And your next session for this course starts when?
Yeah. The ongoing session now, which is because we're doing the first trial of that every 2 months.
Yeah.
We started 1st of December. It's going to end by end of January. We have about 36 students in that currently, and then we are going to send out a questionnaire, more like a survey, at the end of January, to get input on what students are interested in next, so that we can use that to identify which areas we are going to focus on. And we are planning that every 2 months we are going to be able to do 3 to 4 areas. As I bring more people on board and more people that are able to train, even you might be the next person that will be coming on board.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
I want to take the course. Yeah,
and also, I mean people that can join as trainers.
Yeah.
So even the students that we're going to train, one day, the next few months, it might be you joining us as a trainer as well. We encourage people to do that. So, because the more courses that we can do at a go, the better. My goal at the end of the day is for us to be able to, every 2 months, to be able to do all of the 8 courses every 2 months. And that means that we need more people to come on. But now we're able to do 3 to 4, and that is the Scrum Master, the business analysis, the software testing.
Okay, so what would you say is the salary range like for an entry level IT person who has this course, who has done this course?
Yeah, the different courses have different salary levels.
Okay.
Yeah. So, for example, business analyst. As a business analyst, I have my friend that is working as a business and system analyst, and starting salary when she joined was 46,000 Swedish crowns.
Wow.
That's starting salary. As a Scrum Master, if you enter at the intermediate level, you are looking at like about 60,000, 50 to 60,000.
Are you serious?
Yeah. As a software tester, from junior to intermediate level, definitely is going to be above 30. You are looking at maybe like 35,000. As a cyber security engineer, you are looking at like 40,000, 45,000 as a start. Which other ones was there? When it comes to test automation, if you can automate in testing, you're looking at like close to 40, 45 as well.
Wow.
As you're starting.
Wow.
So just know that all of these would give you 35 and above. Let's just put it like that. 35 and above. Any of these areas will give you 35 and above. If you have a permanent job.
Okay.
But if you're doing contracting, all of these roles, each of them would get you about minimum of 500 crowns per hour.
Wow.
If you're doing contracting, that means you are not permanently employed with a company.
Yes.
You are doing contracting. Yeah. Currently, I have people that are earning 1,200, 1,000 crowns per hour in contracting. So, and it always goes up from there. You don't go down. Yeah.
All right, guys, you heard it all from Mr. Vincent Oke, an IT prof who is also offering courses on testing How do you say?
I'll go business analysis, product owner, Scrum Master, cyber security, manual software testing, automated software testing, introduction to programming with Python, and then CV, cover letter, and interviewing techniques.
Yes, you heard it from him. And after doing all this, you'll be able to get good salaries and live well. So you don't have to be doing manual jobs. You heard it right from Mr. Vincent Oke. And tell us the name of your company again, Mr.
Yeah.
Vincent.
Oh, the name of my company is Tech Vincent AB.
Tech Vincent AB.
Tech Vincent AB.
The CEO of Tech Vincent AB.